All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on? So, this video, I'm just going to give like a little introduction about myself. I feel like I did the previous videos and it was just a quick little, getting my feet wet, getting my reps going and getting the feel for it. So, I'll just give like a little brief introduction about myself. I'm Richard Wilson. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and the reason I started this channel was it's multiple reasons, right? The main reason was I was on deployment and I had a revelation. I had a spiritual experience. I had it years before that, but everything that happened on deployment kind of was the final piece of the puzzle, right? And ever since I was a little boy, I was a kid, I've always been good with my words. I've always been good with people. I've always been a kind young man. I can recall being coming up in church and I was Jesus in a play. And I didn't think nothing of this as I was younger. As I got older, I began to date women and I'm realizing like, before I even had some money, now I'm just getting like a little money, right? When I was broke, right? It was something about me that these women love. And I'm like, what is it? I ain't got no money. I ain't the tallest man in the world, but it's my spirit. It's my voice. It's the energy. It was so much deeper than just the physical thing. And with my spiritual experience that I had a couple years ago, everything leading up until, you know, me having my child, the things I went through with her mother, everything all led up to this point. All of the things that I went through in the Navy, all the things I went through in my childhood, my upbringing, it all pieced together for me to be right here. And I knew that this day would come. I knew that I was gonna start this channel, and I was afraid for years. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? I don't even know how to get started on this. I don't even know like what's going on. How I'm gonna do this? Hold on. I got the weekend playing in the back. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Boy, wild in the back. Hold on. Yeah, the Dragon Ball GT. But I knew it all led up to this point. And the reason I knew this was because so I just got back from my 8-month deployment. I was on the USS Harry S. Truman, right? And out there, you get to really see what you're made of. You get to see, you know, how strong you are. You're tested mentally every day. So think of prison, right? There are girls, there's females on there, so it ain't just all dudes, right? But where we live at, we live with the guys who shower. We share a shower. We share a berthing is what we call it. That's what we sleep at, and the food is, you know what I'm saying? It ain't all that. We hit ports to the outside people looking in. That's the only thing that they see, and they seeing us hitting these different countries, and it looks fun. This isn't a trip where it's with your homies, with your friends, with your people that you planned. You're with coworkers. You can't go with everyone. There's different duty days that we got to be on the ship while we're in port. You're only there for 4 days. You can't go out. You have a curfew. It's certain limitations that you can do. These countries know that we're coming. It's a carrier of 6,000 people pulling in. They are gonna up their prices. They know we're coming. So not to take away from it, these ports were fun. Went to Norway, Greece, Dubai, um, Bahrain, Croatia. That was my very first one. Croatia. Went to Dubai like 4 or 5 times. So been to a bunch of good places, right? So that was a it's been a blessing, right, doing that. But like I said, to the outside world looking in, it looks like it's way more fun than what it really is. It's still work essentially, right? And on the ship, man, it comes a point where okay, you 6 months in, you get extended. You get extended for a month. You get extended for a couple of weeks. We don't know when we're coming home, and it's mentally challenging. What I did out there was free my mind with these books, free my mind with the gym, and even then, there's only but so far you can go, right? Because you're still surrounded by these people. You can work out. These people at the gym. You go take a shower. There's dudes in there. You go to bed on your way to the, you know what I'm saying. So everything is a mission. You got to do your laundry. It's a line, but it teaches you how to be grateful for all of the conveniences that we have in life because everything is taken away. That's one of the things they teach us in boot camp. They break us down to build us up, and we rely on the team because if you don't lean on nobody, then it's gonna be tough. But it starts with you. You got to be mentally tough. That's one of the things they teach us. It's the military, so you're gonna work out. They're gonna train you. So the physical is a no-brainer, right? But the mental challenge is way bigger than you would expect, right? So that was one of the things that I learned in the Navy. So coming in, I came in right out of high school. Like I said, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. If you know anything about that area, Shreveport, Louisiana, right across the bridge, the Red River Bridge, the I-20, the East Texas Bridge is Bossier City. I graduated from Airline High School, class 2014, baby. And 2 weeks after I turned 18, September 4th, September 23rd, I was out. I was in boot camp, and I ain't looked back ever since. I've had a good career, learned a lot, matured, grown up as a young man, and here I am now a father. Now I've been to, like I said, all around the world. Been to most of the states. Been to like 35 out of the 50 states. I'm gonna go see them all one day. I've been to Canada, been to Mexico. I've been around the world. I've said this, right? And now I'm a wiser, I'm more experienced. But I'm gonna talk about my upbringing real quick. I was raised by older women and men. My grandmother, my great aunts and uncles. So those are my maternal grandmother's siblings, and she was the youngest. So I was raised by um the eldest. The eldest, her name was my Aunt Margie. So Big Mama and Big Daddy. That's my grandma's. I call my grandma Nana on my mama's side, and on my daddy's side is my grandma Whack. But I'm gonna talk about my mom's side, my grandma. So Nana. So I was raised by her big sister, my Aunt Margie, and she's Big Mama's oldest daughter. Every day when I would get out of school, my school was around the corner from our house. I would go to her house. So my grandmother, my nana, had it was 13 of them. So all of them, then they all had kids. That's my mom. So my mom, those are my cousins and that generation, right? And so they all had kids. So every Friday we would go to Aunt Margie's house, who inherited it from Big Mama. So it's Big Mama's house. Every Friday the grown ups would go. They would play cards, and the kids would go over. Would be outside, and this was early 2000s. So this was before the social media and all of this, when people would actually talk to each other. And one of the things growing up in Louisiana, we taught manners, we taught respect your elders, we taught human decency, be kind. Growing up in the Baptist church. So back then I was thinking it was strict. I didn't understand it. Now that I'm older, you fast forward to me being in the Navy and all of the things I've experienced and all the people I've met, is the respect is gone, the manners is gone, and I see why they did those things. And to this day, I I wish I can go back and I wish I could just talk to my Aunt Margie and all of my aunts and uncles from that raised me, and I tell them how much I appreciate them because now I see the world. I've seen the world. I've seen people, and everyone don't have these same upbringings, and that was the challenge for me joining the Navy at first because it was like wow, people don't have basic like manners, basic common decency, common things that I thought was like just normal. It's not like that everywhere else. So when you look back at it, I can see what they were doing for me. But like I said, so fast forward to the Navy, did the deployment, fatherhood. I'll speak on that in another video. We'll talk about that. Um, but that's who I am, man. I'm Richard Wilson. I'm a father, a sailor, a son, a brother, an uncle, all of these things, a friend. I'm a good dude, man. I believe that people can do anything if they put their minds to it. If you cut off all the distractions, which the world is, there's so many of them today. If you cut them off and you lock in and you focus, there really ain't much you can achieve. I've made a commitment to myself to post a video every single day. I want to at least get to 100, and it just see what I see how I do. Get comfortable speaking on camera. I don't care how I mess up, what it looks like, and go from there. I wrote a book while I was on deployment, and I'm gonna publish it, and I'm going to upload it. I just want to build a brand, and like I said, get comfortable speaking. I'm gonna start speaking in public events, do like the Toastmasters, all of these things. This is all down the line, right? So right now it's just the beginning, and we're just getting started, baby. So this is a little bit about myself, man. Welcome to the channel again. Just keep following. I do shorts on all of the books that I read, all of the little wisdom that I got from the books. Dating. Like I said, I was raised by older people. I've dated women that was 20 years older than me. I've dated women from different races. I've been around the world. I've met different women from around the world. I work with people that are from all around the world that I serve with, and I learn from their relationships and all of the things that I've seen. So I have a unique perspective on life, relationships, love, marriage, everything. I've seen it all. I've seen a lot. And what I learned was it ain't no black and white. It ain't no this is the way, this is the rules, all this, everybody this. It's all 50 shades of gray, right? There's everything is nuance. There are certain commonalities, certain generalities that I know about. I'll speak on them. I wrote a couple of dating books, a couple of relationship books. I study psychology. I study male and female dynamics. I study all of this thing, and I'll speak on that later in later videos. So, just wanted to give a long form video, kind of just I'm just still practicing, just getting my feet wet. Um, Someone very near and dear to my heart told me to that she likes the long videos because it's more, I'm speaking more, and this is, I don't know. So I'm gonna continue to do this and continue to get better, and this is just the beginning. Thank you. Thank you all.